when I first came in, I was first in the admission committee and so on. But the year later, the IIM has been exploring introducing doctoral program. But obviously, as you know, that the degree granting power was not with the institute. So it was not very clear what they should be doing. Initially, the idea was that we will approach some of the other universities and get a recognition that students can do their PhD with identified professors in IIMA. I think that was actually the initial approach. But that didn't go very far in the sense that the universities were willing to recognize the faculty members as people who can guide people for PhD. But they insisted on following their rules relating to how PhD students ought to be registered and so on and so forth. But that also did not go too far. The idea was essentially to get people in management rather than in the various disciplines. Therefore, there was a committee, like the many other committees in IIMA, trying to look after the doctoral program. So when I was asked to be the chairman, then I decided that we must find a way as a progression from the postgraduate level. So I recommended, my committee recommended that we move towards granting or towards setting up a program which will lead to a degree which will lead to a position equivalent to your doctorate. So I thought of many things and I came up with the idea of calling them fellow. So like the fellow of the Royal Society or fellow of FRCP and so on and so forth. So I drafted the regulations regarding for the fellow program. The many other institutes later on followed it, but some people call it fellowship program. I think that was a wrong interpretation of what I had in mind. It's a fellow program.
So you were the chair of the committee, the first.
Yes.
And what is the committee called? The FPM committee.
Yeah, the FPM committee. Afterwards, for initially it was called the doctoral committee. Then when this thing was introduced, and the main feature of this was that students who come without a master's or without going through a 2-year diploma in management were required to go through the first year of the management program, and in the second year they will do some additional courses in the area in which they are interested, and later on they will write the thesis. The real problem was the number of students, because in each area there was hardly more than 1 or 2, and organizing courses for 1 or 2 became very difficult. But we certainly believed, we certainly felt that in the area in which somebody wants to do a thesis, he had to learn more. This is almost following the American pattern. Otherwise, if you followed the Indian pattern, they could have been allowed to write the thesis, and that's the end of the matter. Therefore, initially, I don't remember, we had probably 3 or 4 in all. Then later on, it increased. But the point of the matter is that I continue to be the chairman of the fellow program committee term after term. I I think that I almost continued till I left IIMA, or somewhere I maybe three terms or 4 terms. Then I left. So I think this is one important, if I may call it contribution, but this is an important aspect of my life here, and it has brought about a big change, not only in IIMA but also in other places.